Hey, what's up? My name is Miles Rogers.
And I'm Casey Jackson, and this is Show Stories. It's a podcast about local music, local musicians,
Touring musicians, rockers, gearheads, hip-hop artists. If you're making music in Salt Lake City or anywhere in the world, we want to talk to you.
And now, here's this week's episode of Show Stories, a Hive Mind Collective S.L.C. podcast. Never know when you're going to catch something, so we always just have it live,
bro.
you know?
Hot mic is,
I like that.
But,
it's great.
Just
It's
for
organic.
intros, though, I'm the producer of the show, Casey Jackson.
Hello.
This is our host, Miles Rogers.
Hello, my name's Miles Rogers. We are here with the boys from Charlatan. Everybody, would you please introduce yourselves? You guys can share that.
My name is Austin Heath. My friends call me Heath. And I play guitar for Charlatan.
Hi, I'm Gray. My friends call me Heath. And I sing, I guess. Something like that. I write the words. How about that?
Your friends call you Gray?
Heath.
No, your friends call you Heath.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I thought your friends called you Gray.
Yeah, it gets kind of confusing sometimes.
It's super
right?
confusing.
Yeah. No, everyone calls me Gray.
With Austin, because I think I'm clever, I make up a new candy bar whenever I see him. It's like,
Oh, Heath like the Snickers?
yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. Heath like the Snickers, exactly. It's Austin Snickers.
It's like my favorite thing about you.
I love you.
Me too.
Well, now I
It's-
have to do that every time I see you. I'm just kidding.
Please do.
Well, yeah, no, when I saw
Totally.
you, I was so funny because, like, Casey, like, didn't know the relationship that you and I have had. So, Casey, like, I'm at your work, like, meeting up with Casey, and I'm like, is that Austin Heath?
I'm like,
He's like, oh, yeah, that's that guy I work with. His name's Austin. He's super cool. I'm like, I know he's super cool. Like, you hop out of my
don't
car.
tell me he's
You,
cool.
yeah, don't
Careful, guys.
act like you know him.
Are,
Oh,
we,
yeah.
are we done with the picture? Are we taking a picture?
Well, no, yeah, take your mask off.
Oh, okay.
What are you
I
doing?
was-
You're so great.
No, you're
But
good.
it's
No, you're so great.
contagious out
Alright.
here.
It's not. No,
We can even get
I'm
the
all
picture
about it.
later.
You were so nice to do it.
Yeah,
It's
thanks
so
for going.
contagious.
That
though.
shirt, though, bro, is B-52 tacular.
I got it at Burlington Coat Factory.
Bro, I'm all
or
about
some shit.
repurposing shit. Bro, I've been dyeing my jeans lately instead of buying new pairs of jeans. It's super tight, bro. It's like having new jeans.
I don't know how you can. I mean, I have 2 pairs of jeans. So, and I've had them for.
You're good.
I've had the one for 6 years, and then the other pair for 2 years. So I just I can't do shit with them, or else
I shop at
ruin 'em.
H&M, so it's really easy to
Yeah.
have more than 2 pairs of jeans.
I think just as
I
like
think
a
I have 40 of the same pair
Yeah.
of black jeans that they're all different sizes depending on where I was at in life at the time.
I think just
You wanna
as
move this
You
over
just
here,
try to
Tyler?
squeeze into them at this point.
I
Just lean in
just
and
rip
go.
out
Yeah.
the crotch of my pants and go into denial.
Yeah.
My weight.
I actually did that last week camping.
Let's make this mic hotter.
It's good.
That's a hot ass mic.
So
number 1 there.
Yeah, number 1. Crank that super hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just bought a new pair of pants on
We're making you guys work
Monday
for us.
because my girlfriend fell out, or she missed a step going out of the camping trailer and twisted her ankle. She wasn't crying, but she might as well have been. But I just bending down to pick her up to just put her in a chair or whatever. My pants ripped like SpongeBob. just
man.
right
Oh,
there,
amazing.
crack right there.
I've never seen a pair of pants do that in real life.
That's the first time.
Yeah,
event-
just on movies and shit.
It's happened to me so many times. I mean, as a sweaty fat kid, my whole life. That's just what.
I just love that you
it's
own
a
that.
thing.
You're so amazing.
They were old too. Like they had a bunch of holes. Just sunburn.
Check out
Get
this
the
sunburn.
mic on this sunburn.
Get the mic on the sunburn. Get that real close to the
Oh,
microphone.
dude, that is
That's
focused.
hot.
That's legendary.
Yeah, sunburn just from the hole.
Just from a ripped jeans.
Probably happened in my butt too.
That's just
That
about.
sizzle.
That's just real life.
That's what happens, dude. When you play with fire.
So I feel like we got through one introduction. Austin David Heath.
Blaine, actually.
Austin Blaine,
Blaine.
David. Austin.
Thank you for getting my full name right.
I'm just throwing Christian names out there. Just wanted to get
That's
the full
fine.
Christian name out there.
The full Christian experience.
The full Christian experience. let's start a band and call it the full Christian experience. No, it'll be all the not Christian things, but we'll call it the full Christian experience.
like heavy petting,
Sure.
other things. I'm
Do you-
sure.
I'll let you be the show manager. I'm just gonna put my name on it and just say let's get involved.
I don't
That'd
know.
be super tight.
I don't know what like line of like this podcast goes down, but like if it is about music or even if it's not, do you guys have like a band name that's just or like a thing that somebody said that's like fuck if I could have a band or a song named that?
Oh, we'll get there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Okay.
Let's introduce Tyler first.
Yeah, we gotta know
I
who you
tried.
are.
I
No,
tried 3 times.
Introduce
to do that,
yourself though.
Okay? Oh, I'm
Oh,
great.
you did? Did
Yeah,
you
I'm
say? Did
great.
you say? Oh yeah, you said I'm great. People call me Austin
Yeah.
or Heath or whatever.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
bad. I'm
Yeah.
I'm with it. I'm there.
And then this.
I said I'm Tyler and I think I'm cool.
Tyler, you
Oh,
are
that's
super
right.
cool. You have hair, so I mean,
Okay.
you're cooler than me.
How's
but
that for an introduction?
how's that for an introduction? We are here today on Show Stories with the boys from Charlatan. Hello, boys from Charlatan.
Thank you so much for
Hi,
coming
Daddy.
to the Show Stories porch. This is where we do a lot of our shows as much as we can.
It's the Show Stories patio.
Patio. Sorry.
I love
I'm a big
this.
fan,
Yeah, I.
Cool.
Have you guys listened?
The biggest. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I haven't.
See,
okay.
that's my favorite. That's my
I-
favorite
I
question to
love
ask
that.
because everybody goes, "Oh no, I
It's
haven't."
totally fine.
It's totally
We're
cool.
very underground right
Well,
now.
No, I
But,
I listen to it. I
What
think
I
it's
love
alright.
is the setup because I've always wanted to. When I talk, I smoke. You
Bro,
know?
do it.
So
You gotta
like,
smoke
being
outside.
out here is like.
Well, and we
I already
had to
had
do-
one, and I'm probably gonna have.
We had to do a bunch of interviews in my room, and so I'm
Yeah, 'cause
super
it got
glad that you
cold.
guys are a
Yeah.
summer
Yeah,
interview,
Yeah,
right?
this is awesome.
Yeah, don't invite me in the winter.
No, we won't. We won't.
Unless you want to do it outside. In the snow.
No, like I honestly like envision like a garage setup, but I'm trying to buy a house in like the next little
Killer.
bit, so I fuck
Yeah.
get
It's
over
down
that
the
700 credit score. It starts looking real. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
oh,
I get it, man. I actually just bought my house last Monday.
oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Thank you.
I'm like scared because I was going to last year and then I didn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And now it's worse.
dude, it's
Yeah,
freaky.
And
It's
it's
just
not
gotten
getting
worse.
better. And I'm like, oh, I keep waiting for it to get better.
Mhm.
And like my homie made a post about this one a long time ago, and he's like, "We're just waiting for the recession to hit, and then the housing market gets worse and worse." And then so I see him post like
Yeah.
with keys, and I'm like, "Oh, he just jumped in. Now I got it." You know what I mean? Like he was my last like feeler. You know what I mean? Are we
Yeah.
okay still? Nope.
Yeah.
We got to get there.
Well, we started looking for a house right as COVID hit, and I was like, "Well, Jess, look at it this way, like, you know, everything will be all right, and we'll have a house." Jess is my wife, by the way.
I
And then,
assumed as much, but tight. Thank
and
you for the
then-
clarification.
yeah. And or, you know, the economy's gonna go to shit, and our money's not gonna be worth anything, and fucking we'll just have a bunch of debt that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
We'll move out to
N-
California
no,
way.
real though. Now's the time to do it, because if everything goes to shit, it's like come fucking kick me out
Oh,
of my
cool,
house.
you're in the same boat
How
as
many
everybody else.
How many other people aren't paying
Yeah.
their bills? I ain't
Right.
moving.
That's true.
Oh
So
man.
many people picking fruit out west in California.
I'm gonna have grapes by the mouthful. I'm
Shit.
gonna be I'm gonna be waking up.
What is that? The Grapes of Wrath? Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
I
That
just
was
started
fucked
reading
up.
that book.
Really?
Yeah, I'm about like a third of the way through it.
I'm
but,
reading Harry Potter, so less adult, but
Man, I read Harry
still
Potter once
modern
every 2
classics.
years.
so that's what this guy does it every year.
Yeah.
He does all.
I did it every
Sometimes
year.
twice a year.
I did it every year for about 5 years, and so like this is year 7. So I just really I only took last year off.
So far, I've only taken last year. It's fucked,
Sometimes
dude.
I just get in that mood where I just need some Harry Potter in my life, man. I just need
Mine's around winter, man.
it. Yeah, mine too.
I
So
try
you
like
start in
around
Halloween
November.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, like around
Around his
Halloween,
birthday.
and then I just go, you know what? I'm gonna try
Wait,
and
his
read all the
birthday's July
books before
31st.
Christmas.
That's perfect.
And
My
yeah.
bad. You gotta speak with your words. No one can see you.
Dude, I'm just disappointed.
What are you disappointed in?
The fact you got Harry Potter's birthday wrong.
I mean, I
That's in July.
immediately corrected and said July 31st is his birthday.
Yeah,
'Cause
but
it
I'm
is, right?
starting to doubt how much of a pothead you actually are.
A pothead
So-
or because that's what you
See,
call it.
it
That's what you
works.
call it.
I call them dope smokers.
I'm like, I call them weed smokers. I
say
call them
dope.
marijuana users.
I like calling weed dope.
No, yeah, that's dope to call weed dope.
That's sick, dude.
That's super sick.
That's tight as fuck.
So we've never done like a 3-person situation before, so it's gonna be super weird because we kind of like to go into your deep into your musical backgrounds. But I mean, I guess
Well, I'll switch mics with him like when it's when we're
perfect.
going
Yeah,
into it.
yeah. I
so.
guess that's fair.
We don't have to force it.
let's
Sure,
not force
no.
it. Let's just
But
talk.
it is a
Kinda
show
kinda
about
wants to
the
chime in.
about
I think
music.
I have
And
something to offer.
Great, I love that. That
Just follow
sounds
the
super
format,
great.
dude.
No, and I mean that's the thing. The format is I want to talk to my friends and like I
about
don't
their
know,
bands.
record shit. Like
Dude, that's
we had Mike D and Binks, and it was so funny. Mike D like gets in touch with me like 2 a.m. one day. Like, dude, I want to be on your podcast, and I'm like, cool. Like envisioning him listening to it at that time.
This was
Like,
after I
just-
endured like 2 hours of close talking with him.
Oh
You know what I mean?
yeah, drunk close talk. And Mike D is the king of drunk close talk, dude. He gets up in your grill and just
I
like,
love you, Mike.
hey, Mike D, we love you. I don't even know if he fucking listens
No,
now.
he's probably gonna listen.
He just waited till he was on.
No, well, so that's
Yeah.
the thing. So we sit down with him. I'm just picturing him listening, like just like, oh, sir, you huge fan of the show. So like we sit down and he's like, I'm like, he's like, so how does it work? And I'm like, well, you've listened, obviously, right? And he's like, no, I haven't listened to an episode. I'm like, you called me at 2 o'clock in the morning, telling me you wanted to be a guest on my podcast. That me and Casey do from my porch. That
Yeah.
maybe like other than my girlfriend, like 28 people. I love all you 28 people.
Thank you.
Listen to. I'm not
God,
dogging.
thank
I'm
you.
just. We got to get out there somehow. I got to get on Facebook
We'll
again.
get there. We need content. We're building content.
Yeah, that's what's
Anyway.
happening. So Austin, you first. Wow, when did you start playing the guitar?
Well, I started when I was about 15 years old. I played saxophone since I was 8.
Oh yeah. So you had the music in you.
Mhm.
Can you read music?
Uh-huh. I
Oh
definitely can.
fuck
He's
you.
fully talented.
Fuck
Oh,
you,
fully-
man. I'm
fully
so
Italian.
mad.
I'm just a jackass of all trades.
The public school system tried to teach me music, and
Fuck them.
and it would hold on,
Oh.
and it
Sorry,
was
dude.
too hard for me, and it was like the extra thing that like my parents didn't care if I didn't. I'm so fucking mad they didn't
Yeah.
treat it like class.
Sure,
You have to
me
get
either.
A's on this too, cause like if I could read music, cause I remember like I was getting it, I was just about to get over that hump where you can just like look at it and read it and play it, dude. Which is it's legendary. It's
My
great.
guitar teacher tried to teach me to read music, but I just bypassed all that to tablature. That's all I needed was tablature.
And
Well,
that's the
that,
weird
and that's
thing.
that's what I think it crippled me later in life. You know what I mean? Is when tabs happened in my life, it was why the fuck would I ever learn music?
Yeah,
That
right.
shit's hard, dude. Just
so you
numbers.
can play
mean.
other instruments, bro.
No
Yeah, right.
shit. Anyway, you were saying.
Right.
Yeah, well, it really helps with songwriting too. I think that's like the biggest
No doubt.
boon that music theory's had for me. But the weird thing though is, so yeah, I started playing saxophone when I was like 8 years old, or a little bit later than that. I can't remember what time I started. I played for 8 years, but I picked up guitar after I finally broke down my dad and had him buy me my first guitar.
Do you have Mormon parents?
Very.
Oh shit.
Jack Mormon.
Something else we
So-
have in
Oh, so
common.
they're not Mormon now?
Well, they're.
Hypocrites.
So
yeah,
here's the
that's a
thing:
good
is
word
like
for it.
I wouldn't call my parents are like they're like normal Mormons, which is
Yeah.
weird to say.
So are
Normans.
mine. They're still
They're
very
Norman.
staunch.
See, like my parents don't ever bug me about the church anymore.
Yeah.
They're like, you're doing your thing. We did our best. Like, you're a
Right.
good person. You get to get up and go to work every day. There's a super amazing girl that's, you're all right.
And
Yeah,
I
you
find,
got this.
I find that like the like realist Mormons are that way.
They are.
Yeah.
And then you have
Totally.
my parents who still want to like build castles with me in the celestial kingdom, and
course,
so
of
they send me
course.
cards
But then
they'll
and
go, like-
telling me. Stuff.
Well, and I mean,
love
like,
you, Mom
You'll
and Dad.
get
I
there,
love you.
sweetie. You'll get there. You know, it's like you're on your path and you'll get there. That's the fucking real shit to me. I don't know.
it's
Sorry, Ray.
it's just Utah. It's just there's so much. Like my grandma still like we were at lunch the other day. She's like, "You getting married?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"Why would you ask me that question?" Like I took time out of my day to come see you, and
She
now
just
you're
wants to
making me
make sure you're
feel.
walking the righteous path. bud.
No, I know because you have to be married to be in the celestial kingdom. We're getting off topic.
Yeah,
So
there's no way. I'm
here's the
going
thing.
there.
The thing that just blew my mind, bro, is I didn't know that you were into musical theory, but now like thinking about like Charlatan songwriting, dude, it totally makes sense. Like that you have a background in theory. Just
Well, it's weird how little of that comes into play, like when we're writing for that project.
really,
Because, well, that's the strange thing.
I just
is-
think that you
Doesn't
guys have
seem that way.
chaos.
Really.
It's
That
just
album
it's just
is incredible.
chaos, but it's all
I
very
appreciate that.
structured, and so it makes sense.
Well, we've had a good team with us to help us along the way and help us structure our kooky, wacky ideas.
You're so modest.
But, well, thanks. bud.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, he's being genuine too. It's like we really have. Every time we've ever went in for a project, like we've had a really good team to like, because we do have like some background in theory, not like
There
a
you
shitload,
go. There
not a
you go.
shitload. You know, it's like all of us did, and we'll get there. Play music at some point, like in our young childhood, and most of us can read music, and
That's
but
amazing.
like because of that, and maybe just because of like the way I look at it, it's just like fuck the rules. You know, I hate
Well,
I
of
hate
course.
the theory part of it, and then so it takes like a good team of people, like when we go to write, to like rein us in. And that's from my aspect. That's not from these guys at all, because it's,
So what's your writing process then?
well, hold on, let him get through his story first.
Okay,
Yeah.
finish your
Yeah.
story.
I think
We'll get
we're,
around
we're
to
at
that.
what we're at 4 years old now.
We derail. That's how this podcast goes, though. It's
We need to make like a sound drop. Derailed.
derailed. Oh damn, dude! We're gonna isolate that. Steal
Good,
that
dude.
shit.
Sample that shit. Dude.
Sample that.
Fucking
Austin
credit me.
shit.
But
It's a smash record.
right, dude. Well, that's the weird thing, though. It's like when I did pick up guitar, like there was a little bit of the theory side of things that I implemented with that, but I kind of divorced that aspect of music, like the whole theory side of thing, like from guitar. So I grew up playing guitar, pretty much just learning through tablature and just learning how to play other people's songs. But yeah, after I graduated high school, though, and kind of like dove into the band a bit deeper, that side of things started to surface more. But playing saxophone, that's a monophonic, like voiced instrument. So with monophonic theory, I'm pretty set. Polyphonic theory, chord progressions and stuff, that's still a little bit of a rough area for me, but something I'm learning a bit more about. But the older I get, the more and more I appreciate music theory, not because it gives you rules, but it tells you which rules you can break.
All
you
day.
know? Yeah, you use
Well, and I
theory
mean-
to create emotion, you know? It's like you can understand what a feeling sounds like, and you can know where to go. So I think of it like, it really
yeah,
is.
absolutely.
Well, it's like expanding your vocabulary. What's a word that says what you want to say, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's all that theory is figuring out what colors you can paint with and expanding your palette a bit more. But, I don't know.
Totally, dude. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Something I could say to that. I mean, I've been listening to the album the last few days just to kind of prepare for this.
Hell yeah.
This
And
guy,
like-
I love that. I love
and
him.
like-
He's so good.
Thank you.
It is an emotional journey. Like you guys go
Dude.
from like
It's like a
super
BT
emotional
Bam
stuff
thing.
to like I can't even count the times that I laughed throughout the whole thing. Was super awesome.
That's the
like
best
yeah.
compliment.
Yeah.
That's-
yeah, man.
yeah,
That's
seriously.
the best compliment.
just the dynamic of it, the way you can't really pinpoint like what it is. It's just it is there and
Well,
it's awesome.
That ties
I
into
love
the
it.
question you had about like our writing process, and really like most of the Charlatan songs start off with the question, wouldn't it be funny if we did this?
Fuck
You
you.
know, and then it
I
just
love
goes down
that
that route.
shit.
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's such a cool reason to do music.
Yeah, totally.
Fuck you. Wouldn't it be
might-
funny if we did this? That's
You-
awesome.
Mind if I interrupt you for a
Yeah,
second? too?
actually, that's the gist of mine. If you want to move on to yours.
No,
Yeah.
I just because it was really interesting. I've already read this book, but then I started listening to it like yesterday. It's called The Illustrated Man by Ray Bradbury.
I've read that book. It's
Yeah.
a really good book.
It's just a collection of short stories or whatever from the dude who wrote Fahrenheit 451.
Oh, okay.
And
I've read that.
so the intro to it, he talks about. So the intro is, I was talking to this guy. He's like in his 20s. I say, hey, what do you do? He says, well, I work at this place, but then I dance, or I go to this club and I dance and I dance and I dance and I dance. And then, I get like a couple hours of sleep, then I go. And he goes like, well, why do you do that? Like, how do you wake up? What do you do? He's like, it's the only thing that keeps me alive. I dance. We dance so that we're not dead.
I love that.
Right? And then he goes, he's like, oh, well, that's because you're like 20-something. He's like, okay, well, you're in your 70s. What do you do? And Ray Bradbury says, well, I write. I write so as to show that I'm not dead.
Yeah.
And then he goes on to say, like, the reason that he has this collection of short stories is like he wakes up in the morning, writes, and then it's an idea. Then it goes to lunch, and he goes, well, this is kind of like the basis, and then by the night it's finished. That's for these short stories.
Yeah.
And all of his ideas start off, what if? Because he's a science fiction writer.
Yeah.
It's like, what if the world was like this?
Yeah.
You know? And I think that that's a lot like how, at least lyrically, or when I propose what the song means after they like lay a good sound and emotional feeling down, I say, well, this is what the song means to me.
Yeah.
It's like, wouldn't it be funny? What if this? You know? And that's how we kind of write. And so, I mean, just like in 1984, you know, the best books tell you things you already know.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
That's kind of the
That's super,
kind of the
super
gist
cool
of-
and super deep.
yeah.
And it's super like it's such a meaningful reason to create music. Like
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Probably, I mean, it's definitely why that record spoke to me very well because it just.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
man.
it's
Thank you.
That's
really
awesome,
Appreciate that.
Means
bro.
a lot.
You guys fucking rock. I love Charlatan, dude.
Thanks, brother.
Thank
Love
How
you.
many shows did we play together back in the day? Lots.
Bunch.
Lots. I felt like it was always Charlatan and I in the ocean.
I don't think we ever did.
No, I don't think we played with I Am
No.
the Ocean.
No.
No, you guys
Never
played with
happened.
us.
Anybody we ever played.
No,
think
I
so.
think we only
Bullshit.
we only
Then
ever
I just
played
went to
with-
all the Charlatan shows and I just made up that idea in my head.
Yeah,
I think you did.
I think
Did it for like a week.
No, I know that we went to your shows and you went to our shows.
I don't think we played together.
It's bullshit.
Wait,
I'll-
weren't you in Eskimo Bros?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so we played with Eskimo Bros once, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
but
was
it
that.
might have been after I was only in Eskimo Bros the first year.
Were you in Zombie Cock?
No, that's a Willie boy.
Oh, well, yeah.
Willie and I went to fucking junior high together. Weirdly,
I love Willie.
He's so awesome.
all
Just like
what other
random.
bands did you play in?
Like 18.
18.
Refer to
different-
episode
No,
1
okay.
of Show Stories.
No.
How about in the past 6 years?
I mean, in the past 6 years, no bands really. I mean, other than like just
Zombie Cock?
the archives. And
or I mean, Eskimo Bros.
yeah, I
That
did.
might have been the only show that we played
Yeah,
together.
I
that's
think
some
it
wild
was.
shit.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, at least I have these cool memories that I made up. It was
You
probably just me
cherish those.
going to your shows. I do cherish those. Dude, Charlatan shows are something else. So, Gray, when did you start playing music? You can read music, and you're a lyricist, so that's impressive.
It's kind of. Mine's a longer story.
Let's go.
Want to go to Tyler? I don't want to be like, here's my big grand story, and then Tyler has a big story too, but his
I
is-
kind of watered mine down.
Yeah, I know.
Well, tell your stories. We got time.
Everybody has to want
Fuck, I don't know if I can though. I'm
Water
a
down
talker.
a little. Just
All right.
the best thing about this is finding the best
Okay,
part.
here's Tyler. Here's
Yeah.
Tyler.
I'll go first.
I dig it.
All right.
So I'm Tyler. I think I'm cool.
I'm
Those
Tyler. I
glasses
think I'm
say
cool.
it all right there.
Yeah. I started being cool about 10, 11 years old.
Was that the
Something like
first
that.
time you touched a pussy?
No, that was 14.
Okay, so tell us first of all what do you do in the band Charlatan?
I play guitar.
Oh, great.
Yeah, the other one.
Who the fuck
Tyler and
is?
Heath are the songwriters.
Who is your drummer?
Connor,
Connor.
actually. Connor Christensen.
Connor boy.
Yeah.
That's a boy.
He's back in the band now, but he lives out in
Connor
California.
Christensen.
Yeah.
He's a short little spina bifida kid.
Yeah, he's got scoliosis.
Does he? Do you have to say it like that?
Absolutely, I do.
Scoliosis.
Scoliosis. And you have
Oh,
to move
great.
your shoulders
It's
like
the medical
that.
term.
Does he
You have
really?
to shimmy.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
you gotta
Good for him.
shimmy.
Just making it through the world.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, I admire people who fucking have an affliction and just kick ass still. That's amazing.
He
You
doesn't
what?
get too bent out of shape with
Well,
it.
Then fuck you, bro, because you got
Yeah,
me
that.
being real over here. I'm like, does he really? And you're like,
Spina bifida or scoliosis. He's just
No,
a
he has-
drummer, so his back
bro, I just peaked hard on these levels because I was furious that I was made a fool of.
Well,
whoopsie.
check yourself.
Before I wreck.
Check.
Dude, one
Check 1, 2.
funny things happened on our podcast. We were interviewing my friend for one of our first interviews, and I found out that his band broke up that we thought we were talking to him
Really?
about. His band,
Wait, but
Yeah,
also
like
how
a week
long
ago,
before?
we broke up. That's what it was like.
Like that
seriously
recent?
weeks
this
before.
band had been in Utah for 20 years, and like 19 wasn't it like 18 years or something like that?
Which band?
LaRusso.
Okay. I
So-
forgot about those guys.
Yeah,
Jesus.
exactly. So
Got a
we
Warped
all
Tour sample
forgot about
years
LaRusso.
ago.
Then last year Last year I went to Metro because it was a LaRusso show, and I'm like, oh, you're still doing this? Sick. And I show up. He's got a bunch of young kids behind him, and the kids are into it. There's fucking 150 people, like, just packed up against the stage, and then probably like 200 people throughout the rest of the fucking video. Kids, LaRusso, and I'm like, what year is it? What's fucking Aaron? You look like you're 35. What's happening?
It's 1984.
Bro, it literally blew my mind. I was like, they're still killing it. So Tyler, talk to us.
Sorry.
You started playing guitar at
sure,
a young
yeah,
age.
like 10 or 11 or something.
10 or 11.
I'm gonna keep this real short. I wanted to. I grew up loving music. My mom and aunts and grandma used to always sing
Real
to
close.
me,
There you go. There
and
you go.
just grew an appreciation for it.
What did your mom like let you listen to? What does she play for you?
She used to sing just lullabies and stuff.
Oh, that kind of shit. All
yeah,
right.
real, like softer stuff that I still appreciate now. Yeah, like that exact.
So
thing
so
right
you're
there.
saying that's where your musical roots came from?
Right, was what Heath is singing right
Mm-hmm.
now.
It's a good song.
And then
It's
couple
a
of my
smash
uncles,
record.
a couple of my uncles and a neighbor, they played guitar and stuff, and I always thought that was so cool, and I wanted to play it.
Don't we all though? That's the
Yeah.
thing. We all see them with a guitar. We're like, that's what gets the chicks.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Why did
Actually,
I
yes,
start?
I was thinking that at that time.
That was like my first thought. I
10
don't know.
years
I was probably super.
I had
super.
nothing else going for me. Let's
Yeah.
play guitar.
Whatever. I was kind of handsome.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Lucky you, dick.
Fuck you. You're a babe.
Let's see. Let's rush through it.
Beautiful.
No, don't rush through it. What was your
Let's
like?
rush through it.
Let's talk about bands you were in.
This.
This? Is this the only
Yeah,
band
one
you've ever
other
been
actually,
in?
no. Okay, so our drummer Connor, I played with him in high school. I've known him since junior high. He's who introduced me to these guys.
Okay.
Fucking
7 years, I think.
2013.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7 years.
Damn.
7 years, November 12th.
That's awesome.
Is
Yeah,
when
dude.
I joined.
That's a
Actually.
chunk of time.
Damn.
That's a chunk of change, bud.
Anywho, yeah. So that's
Fucking
really
getting old.
like that's the only band I ever played with before these guys.
What was that band called?
I went
My
through a lot
Own
of
Way.
different ways, but it was my own way. My own
What's that?
name. Went through a
My
lot of
Own
different
Way.
names, but it was my own way, one word,
Oh, okay.
because that was the cool thing at the time. The one word.
Oh, the
names.
90s.
My own way.
No, like 2010, 11.
I don't know. I was just that's when I remember.
My own way. Oh, I gotcha.
I guess
My own way.
in that time we were like we were into the bands. Like we were touring with
well, that
bands that
too.
were the band. So we were looking at maps, found the Lauderdale. That's cool. We're gonna go with that. It was better than Take the Fall. I don't know. Take
Yeah,
the
I
Fall
mean,
was just kind of silly.
I
We,
don't. I really hate all those so much now.
what?
They're all bad.
What?
The names.
Mine?
Every name.
The Lauderdale?
Yeah, that's bad.
Don't. It's great.
It's Fort
Juiced.
Lauderdale.
I don't know,
It's
dude.
no shit. It's Fort Lauderdale, but it's the Lauderdale. What Lauderdale?
I would
Fort
trust
Lauderdale.
him, dude. He's
No.
got the cool sunglasses.
No,
He knows cool.
I mean,
I've been cool since I was
touched a
10 or
vagina.
11.
I mean,
when he
judging
was
just by
14.
the sunglasses, this man owns a yacht.
No, judging by the sunglasses, he grabs
no, I'm
people by
the guy that
pussy.
rides the yacht. Yes, I was just gonna say. And I did. Okay, so
So you played in that band with him in My Own Way. And
Yeah.
Then what about other bands you've been in, Austin?
Honestly, Charlatan is the only band besides my solo project
Oh, that
I've
makes
done.
it so easy.
Yeah.
Caskets.
Dude, we literally like have
I
interviewed.
love that song, dude.
Thank you, man. Appreciate
Caskets,
that.
dude. Check out Caskets.
Solo project Caskets. I've
Oh,
got
super
2 singles
cool.
out right now. New one just finished up. That should be out in the next month or so here. So
See, now that's the trend, though. It's the plural of a word. Temples.
yeah, it's not Fort Casket.
Lamanites.
Yes.
It's
Casket.
caskets.
Charlatans.
Well,
It's
and that's
not
the thing.
the
That's
casket,
why we
it's
went
caskets.
with Lamanites instead of the
Enemas.
Lamanites. We were just like, oh yeah, we gotta
Yeah.
trend that.
The is out.
It's not a day
so
to
out.
caskets. It's caskets.
It's so 2010.
Thanks, bud. It's pretty cool. I
Caskets.
guess.
That's a super cool name. I like that. Good for you.
Thanks, bud.
It's not the devil wears caskets. It's caskets.
We were looking
Wow.
names up, and you looked that up, and it was. How long have you had that?
Well, so I kicked around the idea like 4 years ago,
'Kay.
but I didn't start tracking the first songs until 2 years ago, actually.
Here's a real question: when did
Yeah.
you try to get a social media presence with it? And how did you? How well was Caskets taken?
It was actually taken very well. I was pretty surprised.
There were lots of.
I started launching the socials for it about a year ago now. Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is was it available?
So the songs weren't available until last year.
No, you're not
So-
understanding.
He means the name Caskets.
Oh,
Was it
Caskets,
hard
the
to
name.
get that
Because this whole
donation?
thing-
Oh, no,
this whole
it
thing
was
is-
totally available.
It's
all
this
that
whole
was
thing is
open,
about
so
like the
nobody
s-
took it.
the little things that you don't see.
Gotcha.
You know what I
okay,
mean? Like-
the intricacies. The
Yeah,
inner
so like when you're
workings, the
trying to
cogs.
make the Instagram for Caskets, that was all available and shit.
Yeah, all the shows
That's
available.
Everybody
Wild.
wanted the caskets. The devil wears caskets. A day to caskets.
Yeah,
The
Caskets was
casket.
free though, dude.
Yes,
Yeah.
but caskets.
That was it was all really easy.
That's
Haven't had
super
any problems
wild.
with it.
That's good.
Every idea we
Thanks.
had was taken 12 times by like some band in New Jersey and then some band in Fort Lauderdale.
Damn,
and then
dude.
you know what I mean? It's
Until we
just have
landed
better
on
ideas, dude.
Lamanites.
until we went with the
You know,
Mormon
you
the
know.
Mormon thing. We'll call it Lamanite, and like only half the people get it. It's like I tell people my band name and then I wait
They're like,
for a second to see what they're
the
rating.
Lemuelites.
Lamanite is fucking like a metal name, though. You know, because I mean, like it really is.
I mean, you
It-
can.
To me, it is. I don't know anything that has anything to do with like some gospel. And then if you like think about the Mormon Church, and it's just like, hey, let's try and make up some new shit that has to go with gospel shit. You know, so it's like neo gospel metal.
Sure.
You know, That's
Sure.
what the name reminds
we have
me
our
of.
harder parts.
We
but it's-
definitely aren't
No, but that's what it sounds
gospel
like.
by
Lamanites, I go, oh fuck, yeah, I'm gonna see them with like Slayer
no.
if they were
See,
still around.
I don't know though, cause I'm when it comes to band names, I'm super like it could go. You could go either way.
Yeah.
If you could if like the whole. I mean, obviously like the Rainbow Strawberry Kitten, whatever,
Yeah.
whatever that band is. You know what I mean? Like that's the super swing to the extreme. But it's like, you could do pop punk band, like a band named like End of Story, for a metal band.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I think it works.
Yeah.
But like, or you
Well,
could.
what's in a name?
I don't know. There's a lot in a name though. A band
Totally.
name. A band name's everything, dude. It's everything.
And speaking of band name, like Charlatan is actually that's a great band name.
It's
for
a
your
great
project.
band name.
It
Thanks,
really
dude.
is.
Okay,
Like,
so let me.
it's yet another good.
Where did that name
match.
come
Like,
from?
All right,
Yeah.
seminary class.
Get out of here.
real?
Get out of
I
here.
took
Early
seminary all
morning.
4 years of high school.
Early
did
morning
I.
seminary.
Graduated seminary. Yeah.
We
oh,
all
yeah.
graduated
no,
seminary. Fuck.
But I didn't because I didn't lie to my seminary teacher.
What? Did they interview you?
Yeah. No, they went to, and I said, I'm not gonna show up and tell you all the shit that I did. I was like,
Fuck
"Let's just
that.
get the
That's
process."
bullshit.
No, it's the process.
I was totally fucking my girlfriend. They can't fucking ask me questions. They're not
Yes,
my
they can.
bishop.
The bishop can do that.
The bishop
They
can
didn't
do
ask
it.
me
My
that.
seminary
Well,
fucking teacher can't because
they-
that shit's tied into the public school system. Actually, no, it's
No,
not.
it's not.
Nope.
Because we go
It's
off
religious
campus. You're right.
release.
Yeah, religious
See,
release. I
yeah,
forgot. You're
so,
right.
It started with, my seminary teacher, which is honestly one of the best people I've ever met. I actually talked to him a couple months ago. He called me.
Oh,
up.
that's
We
super
talked for,
cool. You still
2
talk to
hours.
him?
He's an amazing
Wow.
guy.
That's cool.
But he went.
Tighter.
Joseph
There you
Smith
go,
was either the greatest or the second greatest man to walk the earth, or else he was the biggest charlatan to
Ooh.
ever live.
Let's not.
And I said, next class was Algebra 2 with Heath, and I was like, hey, dude, I found our band name.
You guys went to high school together?
Yeah,
Get out
he was
of
a year
here.
older than me, and we were in Algebra 2, and I was like, no, check this out. And I pulled down the dictionary. I was like, this is our fucking band name,
Win.
Charlatan.
Win.
Yeah.
That
My
was in
seminary
2000.
I was
teacher just told me.
15.
Hey, what's funny is my seminary teacher said my band name a lot too.
Oh, really?
Why?
Lamanites?
It's Lamanites.
But the Lamanites.
No, we're not.
Such a small world.
I thought you said the Lamanites.
Well, I just said Lamanites.
Oh, okay.
But that's why we went with Lamanites.
Yeah.
Because the's out. We went with that. We figured that out.
Yeah.
That's so 2000s.
Yeah. I'll give this back to Tyler. He was telling a story.
I wasn't.
Were you?
And now a word from our sponsors.
What's up? My name's Miles.
I'm Casey Jackson, and we have a podcast named Show Stories, right? Yeah.
We'll see you in the crowd.
Yeah, our show's
That's what we
Show
do.
Stories, and we are here with Dee and Corey Productions today. They're a team that believes not in just taking a picture of you, but creating images of who you are. So most of our crowd's probably musicians and guys that go to shows. So, I mean, when it comes to if you are a musician that has music and want to do a video, I would definitely say get a hold of you guys, right? You guys have the equipment,
So you
the
do
know-how.
videos and photos as well.
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
Awesome.
Video production and photo, and we have done music videos before.
Cool.
Um,
We'll share some links to those, right?
Yeah,
Let's get some links to those.
Who was it that you did a music video?
Basement Pros out of Ogden. The first one was actually super crazy. Went to Death Valley and shot it in like
Whoa.
what, 3 days, 3 days. out
In the
there.
middle of a super
Ooh.
blue.
Super cool.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was like Death Valley but covered in flowers.
Awesome.
Super strange.
We should think about that.
Yeah, for real. Well, I mean, they're going to be doing it.
But do it in like
February.
February. Don't do it any later than that because
All
it's
right.
still really
All
hot.
right. Yeah, good. Check. Lesson learned, right?
That's awesome. We also wanted to ask you guys about your portrait work that you guys do. Can you guys talk a little
I
bit
mean,
about that?
I can just, I can throw a personal. I mean, my portrait is awesome. They took
For sure.
portraits of us for just like for this, you know, and wow,
They turned out amazing.
my girlfriend was really stoked about it.
My wife loves them. Seriously,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, so their portrait work is amazing, and they're really easy to work with, great people to work with. So
Thank you.
I really love portraits because I feel like working with somebody one-on-one is there's. I feel like when you're taking a picture of somebody, it's like, especially their eyes, it's like a window into their soul, right? And building that rapport with someone, especially if they're uncomfortable being in front of the camera, if they're like, I'm not a model, and like, well, you are right now. I think that breaking down those walls of uncertainty and feelings of, you know, not feeling your best, like I'm here to lift you up and bring out all of the best qualities in a person that is not a model and making them feel their very best. And so they can, you know, if they need to post it for LinkedIn, or if they need to post it for a website, or if they just want a
for their
picture.
OnlyFans.
Or their OnlyFans.
Oh, so you do?
exactly.
Awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I was joking, but I love it.
No, like we actually we actually did some photos for this girl's OnlyFans,
Nice.
and you know she is bootylicious, and we took her to the beach, and you know we put her in the water, and we put her booty up in the air, and she's throwing her hair everywhere, and like we were like screaming at her like yes, like you know like and she
Awesome.
was
Yeah, that sounds
feeling
great.
herself, and you know she has 2 kids. She's a good friend of mine, and to like watch her like feel that self-confidence is the shit that I live for.
That's amazing.
thing.
It's cool to see a photographer like that's so into their craft.
And
It's
I
impressive.
Think, like, we do so many other, you know, we shoot product and architectural and commercial, all these other things, but portraits, I feel like, are maybe the most rewarding to
Yeah,
us
definitely.
because you
Wow.
build those relationships with, even if it's a 5-minute, you know, portrait, you still build a little bit of a connection with that person,
Yeah.
and they're going to remember that day, and hopefully like feel better because of it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Well, where can people find your stuff? How do they reach you?
So we're on Instagram. You can just find us on D and Corey or D and Corey Productions. We have a wedding page and we have like a commercial and portrait page, or dandcorey.com.
You guys got the dncorey.com even. Nice. I love it.
Yeah, and if you want to send us an email, it's just info@dandcorey.com.
And that's DEEANDCORY.
Yes.
Thank you for spelling it.
At the bottom of the screen.
Yep, it'll
For
slide
sure.
across the bottom of the screen for sure. Well, awesome.
Thanks for
We
talking to us today, guys.
seriously,
Yeah,
I appreciate you guys
of
sitting down, and yeah, we'll see you in the crowd.
And now, back to show stories.
Yeah, he was talking about My Own Way.
No,
That was it.
that's my entire history in music, by the way.
Musical history. I love when
my,
it's.
my parents used to sing to me when I was a kid, and my grandma and my aunts.
So is that where you think you got like the
and then,
the
and
ear
then
for
I
it?
played in a band. Yeah, for music in general.
So like I attribute my ability to be able to like sing okay to like going to church when I was a
I
kid
was
and
just
listening
gonna
to
say that.
hymns and
It's,
shit.
Yeah, it's church music that taught me like harmonies. and
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
Because my grandma, she was the conductor in church.
Oh wow.
And just she would always sing harmonies and stuff.
Oh, that's gangster, dude. That would be so beneficial because I suck at harmonies, dude. Like I have to train myself to sing them.
Getting better at harmonies, so yeah, dude,
I
having
love
that
harmonies.
early on would have been
And
better.
I don't have the
I
kind
love
of voice.
harmonies, dude.
I don't have
They're
the
so
kind
cool,
of
dude.
voice to be like a powerful melody. I'm more of just like a soft-spoken harmony. So, and it helps.
That's awesome.
But then I started playing guitar being cool at like 11 or 10,
Is
11,
that
12,
what we're? Is
something
that
like
what we're saying? I've been cool since I
Something
was
like that.
15.
No, it was the I touched a vagina the first time at 14.
Oh, whoa,
That's what it was.
heavy.
Do you pick or fret with the hand that you touch the vagina with?
I'm a lefty. With
Hey, and
With
let's
kiss.
just because it's
Okay.
2020, it was a consenting vagina.
Yeah, no,
that he
definitely
touched.
consent.
no, she was 20.
She signed the proper forms.
No, I'm not worried about her age.
She was 20. I was
Whatever.
14. No,
You
I'm
you
just
do
kidding.
you do your thing with your age. I don't know how old you were, but whatever.
I was 14. She was 14. We were both illegal.
As long as we're all consenting adults, or
Or
children,
teenagers.
or that we were both consenting children. My apologies.
as we're consenting children.
As long as we're consenting adults, or that both parties were consenting children. This is bullshit, man. Public forums, people will cut my shit and be like, "Miles is into child rape." Like, nope.
No, dude.
No, he's
I
definitely
just believe children should have the
against
right
that.
to fuck.
when
Each other,
each
This is
other.
America.
if it's consensual.
Austin, you gotta watch your words. Literally, hot mic. Literally,
Dude.
point. I
You got
just
the hottest
made.
mic, dude.
I was 16. I wasn't really a kid, but whatever. You know, if shit happens,
Oh, damn.
we're gonna cut this whole section out. This is not going anywhere.
You can
But
do
it's
whatever
for we'll B-roll this shit for our Patreon.
Dude.
If we ever get a Patreon.
It'll happen. Just it's coming.
Yeah, I love
Give me
him
some
because
time.
he's
Coming
that.
soon.
Because I've got to be the voice of reason because I see books all day.
Yeah,
Coming January 2021. Thank you.
You can
sir.
just
What?
cut out everything we say
We have
because
goals.
it's pretty bad.
Legitimately,
this
the
is-
whole point
The
of us
whole-
being on this patio is you guys. So
Aw.
let's not cut that out because that's an important part of it. So like, so Charlatan's been together since high school.
Mhm.
That's so cool.
That's really
I've
cool.
been in 18 different bands.
Oh shit.
I literally I was the hire-on guy for so many bands. Hey, Miles, do you want to come to California and play for a vampire band? Cool, let me learn 12 songs
Hell
and,
yeah.
and wear some makeup. So, like, I don't know. That would be so cool to still be in. Like, I love you. But it would be so
Well-
cool to still be in my band from high school.
And
you
see,
know
all
what I
of my
mean?
bands are long-term relationships. I've only been in a few bands, but all of them have been very long-term relationships, so I get it.
Yeah.
And I call it that because
I mean,
kind of how it is, you
how
know?
totally.
when you
old-
share that part
how
of your
old are we,
creativity
gentlemen?
with
How old
other
are we?
I'm 28.
Okay, so you guys are a little
27, 26.
27. I'm in the club.
Oh God, I miss my late
In the
20s.
club.
Those were cool days. My late 20s were cool. Fucking. So, you don't have any 10-year bands. They're pushing 10 years. That's
Oh, we've been together
super
for
tight.
12, 13 years now.
What?
We
Those-
started in 2008, so
They were 08, and then I came in 20.
I was 15.
Oh wait,
that was in 2011.
no,
No.
15.
11 years. I was 15.
Yeah, but you're almost 27.
Yeah, but it was
Coming up on 12.
Anyway, I came in
Semantics, we're splitting
2013.
hairs. You came in 2013.
It's over a decade. That's all
13.
that matters.
That's super. So you two have been together for over a decade.
been going
way
strong
long.
for a
How
while.
long did you,
That's
how long was
Oh, yeah.
Sean slapping the bass with you?
Not long at all.
A day, 2.
Not even a year.
No.
He bitched out after we started shooting music videos.
Let's.
It's all getting too
You know what?
real,
Let's
man.
keep it. Let's just keep it. Let's just keep it.
positive. Let's keep it positive.
100%.
We usually,
So
that's-
who's your
that's
bass
cool.
player?
So it's our buddy Pauly. He's a great dude. He's actually lived in California as well. With his
Why do your
family
bandmates
currently.
live in California?
Well, Connor moved out to California with his new girlfriend, Madison. They're living out there while she goes to school. They're in San Diego, right?
So is the idea to ultimately come back to Salt Lake?
I hope so. They say that
Our
they
drummer lives in
might come
California
back.
too.
Oh shit!
It's fucked.
Long distance relationships suck.
Except
man.
So
Only
his
10.
girlfriend is actually she just applied to the U for. 'cause
Oh,
she's
gangster.
Trying to
Yeah.
become a dentist.
So that's the thing. That's my
Right.
question. Is
Yeah.
if he
she actually
he's
just
your
applied,
current drummer, but he lives in
4 months
California.
ago.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
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 But I mean, shit happens. You know what I mean? Like you can do fucking dude. We'll do we'll do studio shit. Fucking splice it together. The world's a new place these days.
Exactly. Yeah, the internet's made it a lot easier, but
It's so wild the collabs you can do.
oh, seriously. And that's what we're doing with the new record we're actually working on. We're sending out the sessions to them to write over
Cool.
and to program drums over. And
Super
whatnot,
cool.
So, yeah,
I feel like writing it'd be weird, but
well, that's the thing is like before. So Connor was in the band before we started recording Remarkable. But then he departed for a little while.
So everybody who doesn't know what's Remarkable.
So Remarkable is our first full-length album that we dropped about 2 or 3 years ago now.
Great.
Yeah, just over 3 years ago.
Thank you.
But Connor was around for Nothing to Gain, our first EP. And shortly after we wrapped that up, he went his own way, started playing in another band called The Wicked Notions. And that's actually the band that Polly's from.
The
so they-
Wicked Notions.
Mhm.
Are they still a band?
not anymore,
Okay.
unfortunately. They're really great, though. Yeah,
It's
really
a cool name.
bluesy, like rock and roll kind of shit. but-
Their stuff streaming.
Mhm.
Cool. Check it out,
Yeah.
please. Check their
The
stuff
Wicked
It's
Notions.
really good
Listen
shit.
to local music.
Yeah, they're really dope. But that's where we ended up meeting Polly. But yeah, so after we did Remarkable, we were kind of in a little bit of a weird in-between
Can I interrupt
phase.
you real quick?
Yeah.
Is the song you've probably heard it
Tighter.
the most? Bag of Tricks.
Tighter.
Mhm. Yeah.
There you go.
Bag of Tricks was about Connor leaving the band.
Okay.
Yeah. so
Okay.
Casey's
go.
got songs about people leaving the band, and
Yeah,
I encourage
yeah,
him not to
couple.
do that because he doesn't like to play those songs
It
after
makes
a
me
while.
sad.
that
Oh,
that was
damn.
the first song that
be
we
sad.
wrote right after he quit the band, like the day after, because we had a
Mhm.
recording session like booked, and the next day we went in there and I had like the song pretty much written, lyrically. Anyways, so
I love that.
sorry.
Oh,
Go
you're all
ahead.
good.
Go ahead.
But yeah,
That's cool.
so after we released Remarkable, though, we were kind of in a weird limbo phase with our record label and a bunch of stuff I won't go into now. But
What's your record label?
so we're not with them anymore. But with Remarkable,
Don't even shout out.
Yeah.
Fuck
Okay,
you.
fine.
yeah,
Okay, fine.
You don't have to do that.
yeah, just an indie label that
it's
Don't
what
let's
did
let's
we
not
call it?
bash.
The Caw. What was our fucking LLC called? Yeah, Cawtet.
the Tech Corporation.
The Tet LLC.
The Tet LLC. Great.
God damn it.
Yeah, it's based off of the Dark Tower series from Stephen King.
Of course.
But after we kind of like fell into that limbo, there's a couple shakeups in the band that we were figuring out. But then we ended up bringing Connor and Polly back into the band. Oh shit! We just tweaked that a little bit too much.
Everybody still got
we're
ears?
good. We're good.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
We're good.
But yeah, so Connor and Polly joined the band back in 2018, early 2018, and that's when we started kicking out ideas for our new record. But yeah, they've been with
So
us for about 2 years.
Prior to Remarkable.
This is after Remarkable.
Oh, after.
Yeah.
So you guys are doing a new record now.
Well, so we released 2 singles, Sucker Punch and Book Burner, which were intended to be on our next record back when we were still under our label. But a bunch of random shit happened there. Those are just staying singles, but we're writing a group of 12 new songs for the new record right now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Super cool. 12
Yeah.
songs is a feat.
Yes, it is.
It's going to be good, dude. I'm excited.
I set a goal at fucking 10 songs. So
Closer.
You're beating me.
Well,
Good job.
yeah, like Grace said, we are splitting it up. We're conceptualizing it as a full record, but we're splitting up the releases into 3 EPs.
Very pretentiously.
Oh,
They're all
You're doing
so
that shit,
pretentious.
Like
But
it.
I love it.
Actually like it. Yeah.
Gimmicks work. Gimmicks work, man. Gimmicks
Well-
work. Honestly, I like things, and honestly, like the way, who's Thrice? Who's Thrice? What's that band? Thrice?
Yeah,
What's that band?
fucking-
Who's
So the
Thrice?
Alright.
Sorry,
dude,
it's The
Alchemy
Devil Wears
Index.
Thrice.
The Devil
It's
Wears Thrice.
The Thrice. A Day to Thrice.
Thrices.
No, but like the Alchemy Index, like that's far past the time that I quit listening to Thrice. But like
I
it
love
worked really
those.
well.
You sad person.
love those.
Listen to everybody.
That album's my favorite from
See,
them.
that's what
Dude,
everybody
which
says.
one?
Alex
Isn't
was
that
saying
mo-
the other day,
Isn't
like,
wasn't it released the same way though? Wasn't it
Yeah,
released?
it was split up into 4
So it
different
was split up
indexes.
with
Ah,
Fire
okay.
Water was 1 and 2.
All of a
and
sudden,
then-
I was concerned
and
that
then-
I was just
and then
making
Air
shit
and
up.
Earth
Thank
were
you.
3
You're
and 4.
all good.
So it was
Thanks,
a
babe.
4-part thing.
Yeah.
And
Cool, but like I love that idea, and like and people bought into it, and it's a cool way to tell a different chapters of a story, even different phases of a story. Life changes, you know
Well,
what I mean?
and
we
that's
could
really
go
the
so deep,
intention.
dude. I'll sit back.
Well, and that's the intention with this concept, because before we started diving into writing this record, we kind of all went through like a really strange period of time in life. Like I can't speak to Gray's or the rest of the band's Tyler's experience like over the past couple of years here, but I went through a weird period. Like, it was right before I came out of the closet as gay back in 2018. Like,
Congratulations.
well,
I
thank
love
you.
you. You're so amazing.
I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you.
I was so excited when you did that. I was like, oh,
I appreciate that.
I love you.
Honestly, everybody's acceptance has been overwhelming, and
Bro, you're
such a positive
You're
thing,
Austin
so-
no matter
I'm
what.
glad it's
Well, thank
And
you.
we
positive
fucking
thing.
love Austin.
Yes.
I appreciate that, dude. Thank you.
Oh, I just got all
But,
misty-eyed. Look at me.
Oh. But no, like, so the with that context in mind, like, and also like I was in a really weird like mental space at the time. It was a little bit self-destructive. I didn't take care of the shit I needed to, and kind of
Yeah.
like let life fall apart around me. But we came up with the concept shortly after I came out, and everybody else's stuff that they went through as well. But the idea of the record, the title is "Kill Yourself."
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
That's
well,
heavy.
it sounds really heavy, and like that's kind of our intent, is to be a little bit
Oh, you
contrarian and
you guys have never
provocateurs
been
with
about
that.
shock value, have you?
Yeah, but if
It's our cornerstone, bud.
I think
Literally
he's going
culture
somewhere with
shock.
this, though.
Yeah.
Like,
LLC.
No,
tell me what part of yourself are you killing?
well, and that's the thing, is like the concept is as you go through life, you accumulate experiences and habits and characteristics about yourself that, like, in a metaphorical sense, they drag you down to hell. They weigh you down, and when you're in that position, when you're drowning in the underworld and everything is shit, like, you have two options: to succumb or get rid of that dead weight. So like the whole
Never
concept
give up, never surrender, bro.
Exactly,
The
dude.
Galaxy
Well, fucking
Quest,
kill
right?
yourself, man. Yeah.
Small Soldiers is tight. The good guys win. That was back in the day when the good guys won. Do you remember
some
now?
good shit.
Like now, movies never end with a like. In all, I've been watching horror movies a lot. Sorry, I
that's
get off
probably why
topic.
you-
This is what I do. This is what I hope people
dude.
give a shit about.
You're fine.
We've been watching horror movies, and I feel like in the '90s, horror movies always, and obviously Small Soldiers isn't a horror movie, but it was still the same time period I'm referring to. The good guys win. Like everything gets neatly wrapped up. We unshrink the kids. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like we unblow up the kid,
We
and now
solve
he's
the
normal.
problems.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now it's all like at the very end, like the spirit is back. You know what I mean? Like
Well-
it shows everything's fine, and you're back at your house.
I enjoy
And the
that
ghost
though,
is
'cause
there
it's
again.
it's honest though. It's like, just because you fix problems doesn't mean problems
All
go away.
day.
Like it's a constant effort.
All day, it's just
Yeah.
a different flip
Always a
of
constant
media.
fight.
Yeah, it's maintenance, and like the
But al-
maintenance is a pain, but it's worth it.
But
It's-
also, it makes me think that like if that's what we're referring to, when because I think about like growing up, and like times were so much simpler, right?
oh, they totally were. Well, it's because you were a simpler being. You didn't have all this
Exactly.
experience under your
Bro,
belt.
you just blew my mind, bro.
Yeah. Well, moving through the world makes the world more complex for you.
The only bill you
Fuck.
had to pay was your candy bill.
Yeah.
What? Dude, I didn't pay for that shit. People
I
bought me.
stole it.
No, I didn't. I literally didn't start stealing. I was like a good Mormon kid. I didn't start stealing candy till tour, and then I felt like so shitty about it afterwards. But it was just like
Did you
sometimes
repent?
Karma, dude.
I didn't know. I
Oh.
mean, me and God talk if there's anybody talking, but it's probably just me talking to myself. I don't know.
I don't
Shit
know,
happens.
dude. Maybe he just
Wait,
doesn't want to talk
you
right
didn't
now.
hear him
Everybody
talk back?
passive aggressive.
No, that's the thing.
that
If you
only
do
me?
hear him talk back, you need to seek help.
Why? Because
With
I am
God.
a prophet?
No, because then you end up on a combine
You see the confusion.
with 17 wives and 48 children and
That's actually
400
pretty
assault
close
rifles.
to a reality.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, never mind.
Everything is wrong with
but
that.
what if you
Oh.
believe that you are God?
I don't want to get into
Same
that
with
discussion with you, Gray. Gray, we
I'm
have
sure we'll get
we
there.
have neither the memory on this computer to get into that discussion with you.
So I was describing my grandfather, by the way.
Oh, were you? Shit, that's
Yes,
way
but
bad.
that is, we're not going into that.
Okay,
We can
then.
loop back around.
Super
but
stoked you brought it up.
to
Then.
tie
No, it's funny.
the album concept up with a nice bow, though. Yeah, fucking kill yourself. We're splitting
Three-
it up into 3 EPs.
three
Kill
4-song
yourself.
3 4-song EPs.
Mhm.
You guys are cool. Charlatan's cool, dude. I love your weirdness.
It's not just
appreciate
about
that.
But
writing a
you're-
good album now. It's about how you market it too. And I
Yeah.
think
Oh, dude, all
that's-
day. No one gives a shit
that's
about
brilliant.
albums.
Yeah.
Well,
I want to speak to that too.
Yeah.
Because
Are you? Oh,
like
can I ask?
Yeah.
Are you 3 separate releases?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, people have a short short attention span.
Well,
You're so smart.
that's a lot of the point. Like as far as marketing goes, like you're saying, like that's the point. But I would say like this is the way we're going about this is like, yeah, it could be like a marketing scheme, but it's really not. Like to me, especially is
It's not a marketing
like
scheme.
it's
It just so
separated
happens to
into
be.
3 EPs really because we wanted to prove that it's not kill yourself, it's kill yourself. You know, that's like one of the only reasons that it's split up into 3 EPs.
Yeah, it's
So-
breaking it down into
and
steps.
this is more like it's so
So let me just make a suggestion. Market
Uh-huh.
it, kill period, your period, yourself period,
Nah.
or something like that. No,
No.
it's just kill yourself.
no, it's because I mean the idea is to like what
It's to
you-
make
you-
people
you have to
question
kill,
and ask you to
have
talk
to
about
kill
it.
yourself. You have to kill the self that was yesterday, and you have to do that every fucking day if you want to be better. I know so many people that try and like they're why is my life suck? It's because you don't try and get better every fucking
haven't
day.
changed
yeah.
it.
Compare yourself to other people
All
instead
day.
of comparing yourself to the yesterday's you.
Yeah.
All
Your
day.
yesterday you sucked. Keep doing it. You
All
know,
day.
like fucking get better, get better, get better. If not, what the fuck is this life about? Everybody says it.
Everybody
Why-
says it.
This life's meaningless, so why do anything? How about this? This life's meaningless, so why not do something?
For
you know,
sure.
that's
Why
the
not
fucking
make it
point.
meaningful?
That's the
Yeah,
fucking
That's
create
the
meaning.
fucking
We're
point.
here right now. This is what we know.
So do
So
something.
exactly.
Yeah,
do
create
something.
meaning.
And
Build
I
your
mean
own
that's
values.
the point. And if I was to put like any kind of like idea behind this beyond that,
Yeah.
is like this is I would say that a lot of it starts off with like, or it used to start off like this would be funny to do, and right now it's more like, what do we got to lose? I mean, we don't really have that many fans. What are we gonna fucking
How
do?
many?
You know,
It's
like
the
let's
he
do this
is
for us.
legend.
Let's
The he
prove
is
something.
legend like idea. Like how many people will really
Well,
Stop
I mean, to
listening
take it back to
us?
like the Illustrated Man, you know, it's like Ray Bradbury. He had this short story in that book where like there's astronauts flying to Mars, and all the books lived on Mars, and like Edgar Allan Poe and Dickens and stuff, and they're all the books that used to get burned on Earth in the search of fucking truth and science and shit. They ended up in Mars because that's where the memory laid,
Yeah.
right? And
For
so
sure.
when the astronauts get there, they burn it, right? But there's all this memory of the books that used to be and the knowledge that used to be that wasn't necessarily scientific, but it was so fucking important.
All day.
It was so important, and it was like believed in, you know, and it was through memories, and it lived on Mars. And he ended up turning that book into fucking Fahrenheit 451. You know, the book that fucking got burned. It's a book that got burned about burning books.
All
you know,
day, dude.
like what
That's
the fuck
crazy.
is that about?
the fuck
you
is
know,
that
so
about?
I would try and say like that's what I'm trying to do is something bigger. You know, it's like I don't give a fuck what you think about Ayn Rand, but like she has this book. Ah, fuck. Can you Google it for me? It's the one where it's the girl in Soviet Russia. But I mean, many people like have said that this is the most accurate description of Soviet Russia, period.
Oh, it's one of her.
And will you please Google that for me? Just her, because she's got like 4 books. But I mean, it's you know, people go, okay, well, objectivism, that's bullshit, and then her ideas about the world and her ideas on capitalism, and fuck her for thinking that way. But this book, it's so fucking important, and it's similar, it's her writing style, but it's such an important book that it's like, how can you not look at this as like she's from Soviet Russia. She writes about Soviet Russia. It's the most accurate fucking fictional description of Soviet Russia there is. And people won't read it because she's a fucking capitalist or some shit. It's
Can't
like,
handle the
how about
truth.
that? How about that? You know, and that's what I'm trying to, that's what me personally, I
Bro, I
cannot
just-
speak for my brothers in the band, but that's what I'm trying to do
You
with
have
this
this
album.
platform, and
I just
think
feel
it's
like I
great
was at
that
a
you're doing
charlatan
something like that with
show.
it, you know what I mean?
What was that?
I just
that's
feel like I
exactly
was at
what
a
you should be doing.
charlatan show. He was preaching.
Yeah.
I
Well,
love that. You get you
I get
passionate.
heated.
And that's what I'm saying though.
Yeah.
I love that. I love when you put a nickel in you and you'll go, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I gotta
No,
look
no,
up this
that's
book.
great.
Please keep talking. I'm gonna
Yeah.
look up the book.
For sure, for sure, bro. That was amazing. Thank you for that. That was
That's the
super
gr-
cool.
Right. Well, that's the great thing about all of these like different concepts we go about with our records is we tie together like a loose philosophy that we can all agree upon, but then we kind of run with it in our own ways, you know? For me,
Sure.
like, this record is about, well, I can't fix the world's problems, but I can fix my problems. And maybe
All
if I
day.
build a monument to fixing my problems, maybe people can look at it and understand they can fix theirs, you know? Like,
For sure.
it's like, what does that mean? You know,
That's so
what's-
cool though to like have a purpose behind doing it.
It's
like,
We the Living.
Okay.
We the Living.
by
mean,
Ayn Rand.
Yeah.
We the living.
Especially.
Who's
I
it?
mean,
Who's We the
We
Living?
the Living. How about
Yeah,
that?
by
Okay,
Ayn Rand.
Soviet
By
Russia,
Ayn Rand.
Fucking dangers of like a real
Get in tighter.
absolute communist ideal. I mean, she lived through it. There it is. Read that book.
Also, like while you were talking, you have really pretty blue eyes. Maybe that shirt is bringing them out, but I
Oh
like
my.
literally like
No, I just do.
no, I no, I just do. They're
was
just
born
pretty.
this way.
But I literally was like, I was like hooked. Like I hope the camera got that. I was literally just like, yes,
There she
Preach.
goes, there she goes again,
preach,
there
baby,
she goes
preach.
again.
That was super
We
cool,
need to invest in one of those light umbrellas.
dude. Those are, I don't know,
We'll write it down.
can't be that expensive.
Oh
we'll
no,
write it down, Scott. It'll happen.
gear list.
Fuck man, I'm about to get paid at work. I'll buy one.
Oh, fuck
Yay.
yeah, dude.
Okay.
I've been working my ass off. Whoa, shit! I've been working my ass off at this place, and I think I'm about
Get
to
closer to the mic,
get
please.
real.
Please get closer to the mic.
Thank
There we
you.
go.
Yeah,
Check
get
1,
real.
2, 1, 2, check.
That's
6,
part of his
7.
job, though, is to tell people to get closer to the mic.
I don't. It shouldn't be because y'all have fucking headphones on. Y'all can hear it. I'm just actually
Not
looking.
bragging.
Here's the thing. I'm looking at the levels. So it's like when it's when it's this close to a straight line, I'm like, oh, you're not loud enough.
Compress
when
that
you're-
shit, dude.
When you're
Compress
peaking,
it.
I don't know, dude. I'm just using Audacity,
you're not the
bro.
There's
only
compressor
person-
and
It's all
Audacity, dude.
it's all mono. It's one track.
Dude,
Every
compress it.
sound guy I ever talked to is like, I love watching your band, but I fucking hate mixing you.
Oh, for
'Cause I'm always like,
sure,
you know, like
bro.
It's called dynamic
Yeah,
vocals.
exactly.
Get me one mic that's on low and one mic
No,
that's
all
high.
day,
Something
bro.
like that.
Bro, all day. That's a thing. That you gotta do that shit.
There you go. 2 mics solution.
To mic it, but then you can't do the swing. You can't do the
Oh,
TB,
yeah.
the Taking Back Sunday swing.
Also, though, sorry for interrupting you, Heath.
You're
No,
right.
I mean, we're just
I'm used
kinda-
to it.
We're
But
just kinda-
we got to a point where I was like, I do have to say one thing about this.
No.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I won't know how Casey ties it out till it's done, but like I'm assuming we'll start the first episode of this, definitely first episode of this, like before you guys got here. So it's super casual. I love it. I love
Oh, yeah.
chatting with
Yeah,
you
dude.
guys. It's good to see you guys.
Likewise,
Quarantine
man.
time, man. It's been so lonely. My neighbors have parties every day. Y'all can hear it.
That's
but
cool.
but
They don't give a fuck.
I texted her. I'm like, we're gonna be fucking talking about Ayn Rand and like this
All
book
day.
that she wrote and Soviet Russia. So get real. No, just kidding. Sorry.
Suck it, scrub.
No, I just said sorry for loud.
All day.
More, I was just trying to get her to keep it the fuck down. So, where do you find your music?
Well, it is on every major streaming platform. You can find all of our music videos on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, all that shit.
Charlatan, Charlatan.
That's the one.
That's amazing. You guys are the only charlatan.
We kind of.
There's a The Charlatan, I think.
Fuck
Again,
the
the
charlatan.
There's a day to
It's out
charlatans.
There's a day to charlatan, and the devil wears charlatans.
Right.
There was a couple other artists named
No, I got
Charlatan
you, bro.
that released a couple songs or like EPs here and there, but we kind of hijacked their Spotify and kicked them off of it, so they can suck it.
Yeah.
We're louder, so. fuck it.
We are loud. You guys are louder. I love that. I literally again just made up a memory in my head about like dealing with you guys being loud at a show, but I apparently wasn't playing that show. I was just an attendee of that show. Cause
Well,
Get your facts straight.
well, I'm fucking old,
Oh,
man.
yeah, me too, dude. It's hard.
Shit.
How old are you
Damn.
guys?
I'm
I'm 35.
I'm 33.
You asked us earlier. So.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
can.
guess
It's just cool.
It's only
It's
fair.
less because I know y'all are young, handsome gentlemen, so it's not rude to ask you. Now I'm in my 30s. It might be rude to ask me. I grew my mustache out in an attempt to look older, and now I just get all my food and vape droplets in it. So it's just a weird existence.
that's amazing.
Thank you.
No problem.
You look great.
Thanks, bro. You too.
Thank you. You look fucking like you look like you're gonna beat me up first, but also so handsome.
Going to a beach.
Oh God! Even with like the gangster lettering tattoo over the belly in the hook. No, you're so hard. I love you. You look great though. You all look great. I feel like we didn't spend a lot of time together back in the day. Probably. Was that before you were in the band?
You were in the band.
No, dude, I'm just I look like everybody else.
That's what everybody said.
I look like everybody else.
I try not to
Good
look like
old
everybody
homogenous
else.
Tyler.
My name is Tyler. How about that?
Well, I remember you, Tyler.
My
Okay,
problem
well-
is if I change one thing about me, it completely changes everything. So like people are like, who the fuck is that guy?
Wait, what?
Oh, I just got a haircut.
No, I think it's because you had like Dog the Bounty Hunter long curly locks
Sure, I did.
for a
Not
really
Dog-
long.
That's a mullet. I did not have a
That's
mullet.
a mullet, obviously. I didn't mean a mullet, but I'm just saying that length. It was super long.
It was luxurious.
It was luxurious, and then all of a
I
sudden
didn't
you
have a Dog
shaved
the
it.
Bounty Hunter mullet.
Okay, I apologize
you
for
failed,
using
bud.
Dog the Bounty Hunter. Should have. Please tell me.
Passed it.
Are you past it? Are you sure you're past it?
I don't think he's past it.
So, Charlatan, it's been really cool. Do you guys have anything else you'd like to say? I mean, we're getting it. We're an hour 40.
Oh shit! It's been that long.
No, I'm just kidding. An hour 24. And
this
I
has
mean,
to be like a part.
we were probably
7,
we were-
part 8.
I feel bad because I kind of hijacked Gray and Tyler's story
there-
about how they got started with music.
It's okay.
No.
Is there anything that like we haven't
That's
talked
what I'm
about that
saying.
you guys wanted to?
No,
We
not
ain't
at all.
going nowhere. You know
Not
what I
at
mean?
all, man.
Let's
Not for-
cover
not for
things
me.
you want to cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, all day. Let's do 7 parts.
I'm
There
down.
was like a couple of things we were, like I was talking to. We had Seb on our last.
Yeah,
short stories.
yeah, we
And
literally
Oh,
no.
Seb.
So
Freeze
Seb
for a
talked to us
second.
about some of the like
Stop.
the
Stop. This is it for today. We're gonna get Seb here, and we're gonna do all 4 with tour stories, because
Alright.
this is just show stories.
Horror stories.
But I mean, like, I
I'll
don't know.
tell
We didn't
you
really
how
talk about
stinky your
shows. We just
goddamn
kind of
feet
went
were
into
sticks.
some political things.
That's
and
okay.
Some no, but I love
It's an
chatting. That's
open-
what I'm
it's
saying.
an
I'm not
open
complaining.
format.
But that's what I'm saying. I love the idea of because you literally said his name and they all reacted, and I went stop. Stop. If you react like that when we say his name, I want all of this hot mic with him here,
yes.
because I was gonna
it's
have
the
him here.
one tour we went on. So.
Well, yeah, and I mean,
It's the
he's-
only way we know him.
and it's super cool because we just did an episode with him. So let's start. We'll start this. This will be your teaser.
Can I? This is gonna be a really shitty version, but can I sing you a song? The reason why I got into music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go.
Please
do.
They gave me the headphones. I don't even know how. I know it's gonna sound shitty.
No, sing
'cause I'm
it, babe.
fucking drunk
Sing
and
it,
smoking.
baby.
But it goes, and this is how I got into music. It's from my grandparents.
Go.
Okay? And I might cry
Go
because I
cry.
love this song. So it goes, tell me why the stars do shine. Tell me why the ivy twine. Tell me why the sky's so blue, and I will tell you just why I love you. 'Cause God made the stars to shine. 'Cause God made the ivy twine. 'Cause God made the sky so blue. Because God made you. That's why I love you.
Bro, when you said I'm gonna sing, I was like, oh shit, this might. Dude, that was really moving.
That was amazing.
That was
dude. Thank you
really
so
good.
much. Yes, thank you. For
Wow,
that.
thanks
Thank
for
you for
sharing
sharing
that.
that.
That was amazing. See, boom, boom.
I think this is best episode so far. Maybe.
Bro, it's nasty.
It's up there,
It's
dude.
real nasty.
It's
It's
real
charlatan-like. But for real,
It
so
fucks hard.
it fucks hard. But here's
Fuck yeah.
the
Lasts longer,
unfortunate
too,
part.
huh?
Was it a super inconvenience for you guys to come?
Not at all, dude.
Are you guys down to do this in the next week?
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally down.
We'll get
Alright.
Seb here, and we'll do part 4 and 5 with Seb.
We'll try to get Lasco here too.
Yeah, we'll
we
get
can bring some
Lasco.
extra
Oh,
mics.
okay.
I'm about
Keyboard
it.
player. We haven't even mentioned him. He's our keyboard player.
Do you guys have a
We've
keyboard
met
player?
Lasco.
Yeah.
You've met Lasco. He
Yeah.
jams with Dethrone the Southern across
Oh,
the hall
okay.
from us
Yeah.
at Downtown.
Yeah, all day.
So yeah,
Yeah, he's
met
great.
Lasco a couple times. Good,
He was gonna
good
try
guy.
to make it tonight, but he is doing some video shit for
Oh.
Incandescence Festival tonight.
Oh,
actually.
cool.
So
Cool.
yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, there's your teaser. Charlatan boys. We're going to do it with Seb and possibly other members here shortly.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Hey, thank you
Thank
guys
you guys
seriously
coming.
for
It's
coming.
been a
So
pleasure.
awesome.
This is great.
Pleasure was all
I
ours,
love
man.
talking
For real.
music. It's been a long time, and
It's awesome.
It's a real pleasure.
Cool.
That's why we do this.
Awesome. Love you, boys.
Fuck yeah.
Hey,
Love you.
we'll see you in the crowd, y'all.
See ya.
Love ya. Bye.
All right, well, that's this week's episode of Show Stories. We want to thank Charlatan for coming and being our guest this week. It was a really fun conversation, and we got to know those guys really well. We want to thank Scott Millett, our video producer. I want to thank Miles Rogers for all of his fine hosting abilities.
And I want to thank Casey Jackson for keeping this boat afloat. Casey, you're the best. You're my rock.
And as always, Miles, what do we tell them?
We'll see you in the crowd. There aren't crowds anymore.
When the crowds are back, we'll see you in the crowd.
Show Stories is a production of the Hive Mind Collective, S.L.C.